Hey, welcome back to the Shayne and I Show. My name is Shayne.
My name's Max. There's a refrigerator in my room.
He is not kidding.
Yeah.
He is not kidding. We are literally recording in a construction zone.
Yeah, we're recording in a construction site. There's a refrigerator. There's a gas range. We've got
we are
dishwasher.
We are right in the thick of things.
Yep. I took all the appliances out of my kitchen.
Just because?
Well, no, I did it so that they could demolish the floors.
Yeah.
Because they said, hey, we want to demolish the floors on Friday.
Yeah, because you got to remember, they don't know that you're getting stuff done in your house.
Yeah. Anyway, so I made a point of getting all that, unhooked and out of the kitchen. And then I come home Friday afternoon and they'd all left early without demoing my kitchen.
Because it was Friday, dude.
Well, yeah, good for them, but I would have liked to have my kitchen over the weekend.
Hey, this is a podcast about nothing.
That makes you think of something.
And we are sponsored by Mind Grinder Coffee, as always.
www.mindgrindercoffee.com.
Go there, order some coffee. It's $15. I tell you guys all the time. It comes out to like $22.50 with shipping.
Or you can get 2 pounds and free shipping with code
free shipping 24 at checkout.
There you go.
It's good coffee. I highly recommend it. I'm not drinking any right now, but I recommend you go get some. Also, I want to bring this up. I'm just going to put this out there in the world.
Do it.
If you have a small business and you want some advertising, shoot us an email at shaneandI@gmail.com. And for a reasonable price,
yes,
we will,
for a modest fee, we will advertise for you.
We will put your business on our podcast.
On our great international forum.
Instead of saying Mind Grinder Coffee, it will be your business at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
Could be whatever your business is.
Yeah.
But I'm serious, right? If you have, what are we going to charge? What do you want to charge?
$8.
No, we're not going to charge $8.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure out a price. Just shoot us an email. Shayne and I, that's Shayne, SHAYNE, and I at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Let us know what your business is, and we'll figure out a price, and we'll figure out the details, and we will put your business on our podcast.
Yeah. Also, if anybody wants to pay me to, I don't know, rub my belly or something.
On air.
Yeah, on air or off air, whichever.
Max can send you a video of him rubbing his belly.
Yeah, I mean, some people are into that shit. I should start an OnlyFans.
You should just, oh yeah, dude, you could do that with your balloon. You could do a balloon thing because people have balloon fetishes.
Dude, there's a fetish for everything. Yeah. When I said pay me to rub my belly, I didn't just pull that out of thin air. People will do that.
I know. People do all kinds of weird.
And I got a good belly. I got a good Buddha belly going.
You probably do.
Yeah.
Probably do. I would assume.
I could show you if you want.
You
don't want to see it?
I'm cool.
All right.
I'm cool. I don't need to. So yeah, man, we're back, and we're gonna keep things light.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've kind of gotten away.
We've been getting heavy lately.
Yeah, we've been getting heavy, and we've kind of gotten away about being about nothing.
Yeah. So let's get back to fucking zippies and all sorts of fun shit.
All sorts of fucking weird shit. Let's get into the weird.
On the topic of zippies, for $20, I will gladly watch you make a zippy and leave it for me.
You won't do the zipping and then put it in the mail and mail it to the person?
No, well, that will cost significantly more than $20.
Right.
Yeah. If you want my zippy, that's going to be yeah. But I think part of the zippy is that I'll be watching them zip.
Right. And then they just leave it there. That's part of the zippy. That's part of the zippy thing, right?
And then they leave it there.
They do their business. Hey, we got an episode all on this. If you want to go and hear what it's about, you can go back through our old episodes.
Yeah.
And figure out what we're talking about.
Check them all out.
Because sometimes we like to refer to other things that we've done in this here podcast.
It's
a good thing to go not only listen to our podcast, but when we post YouTube shorts or YouTube stuff, go and check those out because we will refer to that stuff.
Yeah. This episode also brought to you by Maxwell's Homemade Nut Brittle.
One recipe, one secret sauce in the recipe.
Right. There's a lot. There's there's a lot that goes into it, but mostly just love.
There's just one
mostly
secret
just
thing.
love.
There's just one secret thing that goes in there. So yeah, speaking of posting stuff, people want to know if I still have issues of people getting close to me, because I posted a video on TikTok.
Yeah.
Of you trying to sit close to me, and I got all weirded out.
Oh yeah,
because you were
I
too
saw
close.
that,
Yeah.
and I was really having fun that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were way too close to me.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Yes, to a degree. I still have I still have issues with people getting in my space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Without warning.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in my space, I'm better than I used to be, because the old me, if you would have gotten that close to me, I would have hit you.
Yeah.
Just not even said anything and just hauled off and hit you.
Yeah. You didn't hit me.
No, that's why I was trying to say it in that video almost to the end, is that I'm way better at it now. Than I will be uncomfortable. I will sit there with an uncomfortable look on my face, and I will mention to you that this is really uncomfortable for me, but I won't hit you.
Yeah.
I've learned not to be violent in my old age.
Yeah, it's good, man. Violence is not good. Violence is bad.
Violence sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking of old age, yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
How old are you, Fogey?
I'm fucking older than the internet. How about that?
Well, I knew you were older than so am I.
Yeah.
We're both older than we're both older than the web.
Okay, how about that? How about this? I am older than somebody's dad out there.
So am I.
Okay. How old were you in the year 2000?
I was 15.
Yeah, I'm way older.
You're older than me? Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
I'm trying to do it in a way where people aren't all like, oh, anyway, I turned 52.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty happy in my old age, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Life is good. I'm happy. I'm healthy. Training for my next powerlifting meet. Had a mellow birthday. Mm-hmm. I don't like making a big deal on my birthday. I figure the next one, if I make it to 60, I'm fucking doing it up.
Yeah, for what it's worth, you being 52, 60 is not the next one. It's a few off.
I know, but it's...
But I'll be there to celebrate with you.
It's the next big one.
It's the next big one. Yeah.
Like 50, I was thinking maybe 55, but 55, whatever.
Yeah.
60 would be the one.
Yeah. You know what I want people to do for me when I turn 40? Because I'm coming up on that.
Are you?
In a couple of years, yeah.
In a couple of
years. And you know what I want people to do for me for that big one?
What's that?
I want them to completely ignore my birthday.
I tried to do that yesterday.
In fact, ideally, just don't even talk to me that day.
Yeah. I tried to do that yesterday because it's like 52. It's like, it's not that big of a deal, right?
Yeah.
50 was a big deal.
All right. Yeah.
Right.
You made it half a century.
Yeah. 40 was a big deal, right? I had my little midlife crisis thing at 40.
Dude, I had mine at 18. It was fucked up.
Yeah. But you shouldn't have a midlife crisis. Well, it's not a midlife crisis.
I called it my mid-youth crisis.
Okay. That's better. Mm-hmm. I think nowadays more kids would have something like that because all the kids, like, dude, your generation, like, you guys were put under a lot of fucking stress.
Well, I mean, every generation was. Ours was a little more we kind of did it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Like our parents were all like, oh, everybody's unique and special. Which, I mean, when you apply the slightest little bit of critical thought to that means
your parents
nothing.
Weren't boomers, were they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mine were too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, my Generation X, we just shoved everything down.
Yeah, good for you.
And we just keep quiet about everything.
Yeah, my generation, we laid the groundwork for Gen Z.
Yeah, you did.
So you're welcome for that.
Those
fuckers.
Woke fucking...
whatever. Just fucking whatever. Honestly, I think there's a lot of really cool shit about that generation.
Yeah, I agree.
But some of it is just like...
It's too much sometimes. It's like, dude, not everything has to be a fucking protest. Not everything has to be like a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, let it go.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be so personal.
Like I think like the social activism and the fucking giving a shit about things is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's important. But I really think it should be done on a more like, I see a lot of people doing it on the internet. I don't know how many of them do it like in their community. I think it's more important like in your community.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think a big part of it is like that generation is still really fucking young.
Yeah.
Right. And so naturally their activism and the shit they care about, which I totally respect.
Yeah.
Even though some of it gets a little kooky in some places.
So much hate for this.
I know, but I totally respect it. But because the generation is so young, the shit they do is immature. It hasn't been fully thought through.
Yeah.
It's been thought through with the minds of a 20-year-old at best. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Because when I was 20, we didn't really give a shit about, I guess, because.
Well, Gen X was the ultimate don't give a shit generation.
Yeah, we were. It was a good time.
Gen X is, I think, the opposite of Gen Z.
I think that's why we have such a tough time understanding them. You know what I mean? Because I see a lot of stuff online. And I see a lot of stuff in social media about Gen Z or Gen X not understanding each other. And I think that's it because Gen Z spent so much time not giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand why certain things to Gen Z are a big deal. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, I get that.
And you guys are just in the middle.
And here's the thing, like our parents, boomers, their generation had its own thing like Gen Z where they were real fucking idealistic and shit. And then they grew up.
Yeah.
And they were
bought in.
Then they grew up.
They bought in.
They bought in and they made us.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think Gen Z really is, they don't even realize it, but they're the new boomers.
Yeah.
And
because eventually those kids are going to hit 30.
Yeah.
They're going to get married.
They're going to get married.
They're going to
graduate.
They're going to buy a house somewhere.
Well, I mean,
or live in a van or wherever the fuck they want to live.
The big difference between boomers and Gen Z is boomers were, they experienced life in an up and coming
in the
society.
60s. Yeah, in the 60s and all that good stuff and free love.
And I think an argument could be made that Gen Z is experiencing life in a downward trajectory society.
Yeah. But at the same time, they're going to do the same thing. I see where you're coming from. I really think they're going to buy it. They're going to buy in. They're going to just be like, okay, well, we did what we could. I might as well get a real job now.
Yeah, no, they're going to be like, I spent the first 30 years of my life giving a shit.
Yeah.
Now I will continue to give a shit, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make sure I have a good fucking paycheck.
Yeah.
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 Which was what,
And Gen Z didn't care about any of that.
Which was... You mean Gen X?
Gen X, yeah. Gen X didn't care.
Well, Gen X was like work hard, play hard, and fuck the rest.
Yeah,
yeah.
And a lot of us are. That's why I see these things like why don't we fuck with Gen? You don't want to wake up Gen X.
Yeah,
you don't want to do it.
Yeah, yeah. No, don't do that. Those guys are fucking. Look, man, they don't give a shit until they do. But then once they do,
they'll tell you to go to your room.
They're gonna be hardcore, man. Don't fuck with Gen X.
We had to deal with Kurt Cobain dying, so not a lot of people got over that.
Seriously. Like Gen Z, maybe you have to do active shooter drills in your school, but you will never know what it's like to see on MTV News that Kurt Cobain died.
With live coverage.
Live coverage.
Yeah. Or live coverage of the one I remember, and somebody brought this up to me, and the one I remember, and it cracks me up to think this way. It cracks me up to think that this is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Is that they used to do a big thing about the space shuttle launches.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd bring a TV into the classrooms,
mm-hmm.
so you could watch the space shuttle launch.
Yeah.
When space shuttle, this guy, I don't know why I laugh when I think about this.
Oh, did you watch Space Shuttle Discovery?
Dude, we watched Space Shuttle Discovery go up and blow up, and the teacher just went, oh, turn the lights back on, turn the TV on, legit, turn the lights off.
Yeah.
Turn the lights back on, turn the TV off, put the TV out in the hallway, came back in and said, now let's talk about something else.
Yeah.
That just didn't happen.
What else was he going to do? I get that.
And that's the kind of stuff that Gen X dealt with, right? That's the way we dealt with stuff, right? Oh, the Discovery blew up. We're not going to investigate it. We just don't care. It didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. I just remember that. It was so funny. Like, thinking back on it, it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's so many little things like that. There's so many, big moments that happen. You know what I mean? Like, the Berlin Wall came down, and everybody was just saying, whatever.
Yeah.
They showed that on live TV, and people were like, good for them. Good for them.
Yeah. I think maybe maybe the difference between like something that happened to your generation, something that happened to mine. Because my generation's first like big tragedy thing was probably 9/11 or whatever.
Yeah.
God, we're getting dark again.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
We're getting dark
We're
again.
not going to do that.
Motherfucker. Anyway,
I'm going to change the subject.
Here's what I think it was.
Huh?
It was you didn't have fucking like 4 different competing 24-hour news networks.
Yeah.
All just talking this shit up.
Yeah,
to make it as exciting as possible for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I'll do another thing. So my roommate.
We're trying to be light and I brought up 9/11.
Yeah, so we're moving on from that.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so we're moving on disregard that.
Disregard that.
The 9/11 talk. Disregard that. We're going to move on to something that I've been clowning my roommate about.
Yeah.
What do you think of crows, the bird, the species?
The bird.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Do you think they're like, I don't know, like worthy of like, if you give them food, they're going to be cool with you?
No, here's the thing with crows. I'm going to tell you the thing with crows. First, I'm going to tell you the thing with ravens.
Right.
Ravens are some kind of like spawn of the devil.
Yes.
Super intelligent, and all they want to do is fuck with you.
Right.
Crows are their smaller, dumber cousins, but they're also much more numerous.
Are crows like demons then? Would crows be demons?
Yeah, if ravens are devils, crows are little devil spawns.
Yeah, like little demons, like supernatural. If we were like in Supernatural, you would have a crow that's Lucifer, right?
Yeah, or fucking Crowley or whatever.
Yeah. And then all those demons that they always had that were dumb.
Yeah, the random demons that die like red shirts are the crows. Yeah.
My roommate has been feeding these crows and having a good time with it. And we keep telling them they're just going to turn their back on you.
Yeah.
Like you don't feed them one day, they're going to come. They're going to come. They're going to all come out and they're going to start pecking you. You should really watch The Birds, the movie.
Yeah. No, crows don't have gratitude. They gain entitlement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to come home one day and there's going to be like 20 crows sitting on our fucking roof.
Yeah.
Because they all know that you're feeding them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all talk that crow language.
They all talk the crow language.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do it good, but this time of year especially, it's freaky how
He's
much
like, no,
crows
I am the king of the
around.
crows.
The king of the crows. Motherfucker. It's his fault. It's his fault. That
I'm not
all these
clowning him.
crows
I think it's the funniest thing in the world that he's like, no, they're cool with me. They're cool with me. I'm not trying to like, I just think it's hilarious. And I get to give him shit about it. And that's what I enjoy.
All right.
Right. I'm not trying to protest it. I'm not that. I just keep telling them.
You're not anti-crow?
I'm not anti-crow, but I'm like, crows are like the most ungrateful bird in the world. They are. And thanks to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I have studied some bird law.
You have studied some bird law.
Yes.
That's good. That's important.
Yes, especially in this situation.
I myself have learned a bit about crotein, but continue.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the other. Dude, that's what I should tell him. Is we should catch those crows and turn them into a drink.
Yeah, grind them up.
For
the crotein.
For the crotein.
Get some fight milk, man.
Get some fight milk, dude. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe I'll tell him, keep feeding him. And then I'll kill him.
Yeah. Do it.
Dude, somebody out there is going to be like, oh, now they're talking smack about crows. Animal abuse. But who likes crows?
Who does like crows? And if you like crow, and we're talking about the bird for fuck's sake, in case you tuned in midway through, I know this isn't something that you can do. And in case you think
we're talking about Brandon Lee, who died during the filming of the movie The Crow, no.
Yeah.
We're not getting all gothy. Although, that brings up something else I was thinking about when we just started.
All right. If we're talking about like murder conspiracies.
No,
all right, good.
I'm not talking about no. I was thinking about this the other day because I got a friend of mine who used to be a goth kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he's like my age, a little younger than me now.
Mm-hmm.
Like your age, like in his late 30s.
Yeah.
Still dressing up like a goth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, aren't you a little old to be dressing up like a goth kid? You're not really a kid.
Right.
And it got me thinking, I was like, because he used to be a really big fan of going to those live Rocky Horror Picture shows.
Yeah.
Like every Saturday night in Berkeley.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do goth kids grow up and they can become like, regular people and are like, oh yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid. Yes. I'm not going to do it anymore. And here's the other thing I was saying, because this guy, I know this guy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's that creepy old guy that still goes to those things. But he don't look 30. Like, he still looks like he could pull off being 20.
Hey, good for him.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's just weird to me when people do that, when people hold on to that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I used to be really into punk rock.
Yeah.
I think most people have.
Yeah.
At some point. But I wouldn't go around having a mohawk at 52 years old.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
I get it. I used to be really into jam bands.
That's like stepdad music, dude.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, you won't see me walking around town in Birkenstocks and fucking tie-dye.
And you won't smell like patchouli oil?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like goth kids, every now and then,
Halloween.
Like,
it's Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween's big for them, but also, like, the ones who grew up, every now and then, they go home, they turn off the lights, and they turn on fucking
Morrissey.
Yeah, or
Smiths,
or Slipknot, or
no, that's not goth music.
That's not,
goth music's more like the Smiths, like old goth music. Like, or if you're like there's different kinds of.
I'm thinking millennial goth.
Yeah. There's different kinds of goth music, right? There was like if you were like kind of gothy, you were into like the Smiths, Morrissey, same thing basically. There's another fucking guy that annoys me. Morrissey. You were into the Smiths, the Morrisseys, like the Lords of the New Church, Christian Death. Then there was like the industrial goths. And they were into like KDMF. Is that the name of the band? KDMF?
I don't know.
They're like one of the first industrial bands, like Prodigy, before Prodigy became big. Once Prodigy became big, everybody turned their back on them.
Yeah.
Right?
Because Prodigy was so prodigal.
But like there was like these two different camps of like goth kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were both equally weird.
Yeah.
But there's just two different camps. Like if you were a punk kid, there was two different camps of punk kids, right? There's the kids that were like into like the lesser hardcore stuff, like the pop punk.
Yeah.
Like the Southern California stuff that was kind of less hardcore.
Fucking Green Day and shit.
Green Day's not really Southern California, but yeah, it's kids that were like, we'll use that as reference.
Or fucking Offspring.
Yeah. And then there's guys that think that the only punk rock that ever existed in life was from like 1981 to like 1985 when bands like The Exploited came out, right? There's still people out there to this day that I tell you still think that punk rock only had 5 good years.
They might make an exception for Rancid, but yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Like, and I often wonder, because I know for me, like when I was into punk rock, I sound like that guy from that movie SLC Punk, but whatever.
Shit. All right, continue.
When I was into it, I was into it. You know what I mean? Like I was into it. But at some point, it's like, okay, it's the same fucking thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Right?
It is.
Like jam bands are the same fucking thing over and over again.
Disagree, but also agree.
Jam bands are for stepdads, dude.
Listen, first off, jam bands aren't for stepdads. They're for...
Yeah, dude.
They're for cool kids.
No, they're not.
But they're for cool kids who were cool kids in the early 2000s. And then second, jam bands are for me now as a 37-year-old suburbanite homeowner.
A stepdad.
Yeah. And every now and then every now and then I go home and I close the windows
and throw in some fish.
I fucking bump some fish or some string cheese or something.
See, I hate all those. I hate all those bands. And here's what did it to me was one time a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, let's go check out the string cheese incident." And I was like,
"Fuck yes."
I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "Oh, but everybody thought this guy was like super cool." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like his music was all like everybody thought he was just super cool, and like he's like, you know. You want to come with me to String Cheese concert? And I was like, what the fuck is String? Is that like a metal band? New metal band? I'm down to go check out a new metal band. I didn't know who the fuck their internet was in its infancy.
Yeah, String Cheese is not for you, my man.
I fucking went to a String Cheese incident concert, and it was the most boring shit I'd ever seen in my life.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, everybody's just standing around, like rocking back and forth, swaying.
Yeah.
You got to feel the groove, dude.
You do. You can't. If you go to a string cheese show, you have to feel the groove. Otherwise, you're gonna have a dreadful time.
I did have a dreadful time.
Yeah,
it was awful.
You got to feel the groove. You have to feel that fiddle jamming.
Yeah, I did not have fun. I fucking hated every minute of it. I'll tell you the best show I've ever seen, though, and this one kind of blows me away. There's two things about this band, right? I saw this band in the later 90s.
Yeah.
The Smashing Pumpkins, right?
Yes, I know who the Smashing Pumpkins are.
I know you do.
Yeah.
So I saw them in the early 90s.
All right.
Maybe late 90s. I saw them with Alice in Chains. And Alice in Chains, I think, opened up. I'm not sure. Alice in Chains was phenomenal.
I regularly jam out to Alice in Chains.
I do too. To this day. The first album is one of my favorite records.
Yeah.
But Alice in Chains was so good.
So
fucking good. It blew me away how good they were.
So fucking good.
Right? And then the Smashing Pumpkins came on, and they fucking sucked. Like, the sound was awful. Billy Corgan sounded like, today is the greatest day of no.
It is two very different groups.
It was an awful, and the sound was bad. Like you could tell they'd been on the road forever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They were not into the show. It sucked, right? It sucked. Fast forward years later, I was able to go see them again with Marilyn Manson, probably 5 or 6 years ago, before he got into all the trouble that he got into. Well, back when people thought he was still, he was okay.
Right.
And he could still make money touring.
Right. Back before people were like, oh, maybe it wasn't all an act.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw him on that tour, and dude, they were fucking phenomenal. Like, It was like a whole different, dude, granted, the only original guy, I think the only original people in the band were Billy Corgan and the drummer at the time.
Okay.
But dude, they played for like 2.5 hours.
No shit.
And they were so fucking good. Like, it blew me away how good they were.
Nice.
Right? It got me back into them for a minute because I was into some of that 90s stuff a little bit.
Dude, fucking 90s alt rock was, for me, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
There was some of it that was good. There was some of it that's been able to stand. There was some of it that was bad. You can say that about 80s glam metal too. You know what I mean? There was some that was good, and there was some stuff that sucked.
Yeah.
It got oversaturated. All that stuff got oversaturated really quickly.
Yeah. But the difference is I grew up on 90s alt rock.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I know you did. But I mean, there was some good stuff that came out. I really like Alice in Chains is still one of my favorite bands to come out of that.
All right.
There's some Soundgarden albums that I like. But there were some bands that I was just like, dude, this fucking is horrible.
Yeah.
Like I never understood the Melvins. And they were supposed to be like the big influence on all those bands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's a little music thing.
All right. No, I got
today is the greatest.
I got a little bit to add to the music thing.
All right, you go.
So growing up, there was this radio station, Live 105.
Yeah, it's making a comeback.
It fucking came back.
Did it? It came back on like Monday, right?
Dude, yes. And I happened to be listening, and it's fucking Live 105. Dude,
are they playing like old alternative stuff or
dude,
new?
I'm getting all the old stuff.
Nice.
I'm getting the tinglies just thinking about it,
yeah.
Because fucking like Live 105, it was
that was the station.
Yeah, and still is my all-time favorite radio station. And then like 5 years ago, they changed it to the Alt 105, which was bullshit. And then it was fucking Dave FM, just regular boring fucking music for you.
See, I don't listen to the radio too much. I have Sirius XM.
Yeah, well, I don't either, especially since it used to be whenever I was down south, I would fucking turn on Live 105.
Right.
And now Live 105's back.
You could probably pick it up on streaming too.
Yes, and I want to highly recommend to all our listeners, fucking Google Live 105.
It's probably a different Live 105 where they live though than where we are.
Well, no, here's the thing. If you're going to stream it, you can stream the Bay Area radio station Live 105.
Yeah, if you're into dude, I like that station.
Yeah.
My other favorite one when I was a kid, before I think it became The Bone,
I remember the Bone.
Yeah, it was called KSJO.
Mm-hmm.
They used to play some really good hard rock. But it's just like I don't listen to the radio too much anymore because you could only listen to fucking the Eagles, fucking Boston, fucking Led Zeppelin so many times that until it feels like it's being shoved down and the Doors. And feels like it's being shoved down your throat.
Well, up here I listen to a lot of KZST.
Right.
So you get Prince and Billy Joel, Michael Jackson. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, radio stations are a thing that other generation would know nothing about.
Oh no, fucking Gen Z.
Yeah,
I guess
you're missing out.
I don't think they could understand the fucking like emotional attachment that I had to Live 105.
Yeah, you can tell by you're talking about it.
Yeah, no, fucking like tuning in every night to Loveline.
Yeah,
with with
Loveline
Adam
was
Carolla
good.
and Dr. Drew.
Loveline was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because I remember Loveline. They had some pretty cutting edge stuff on there.
Yeah.
But they would also play the Smiths. And I'll tell you what, dude, like there's a few bands. You ever have a band that they just come on the radio or they just come on and you're like, fuck this. I am not listening to this.
Yes.
And you just immediately turn it, no matter if it's good or not, just in your head somewhere along the line. It just you got turned off to them.
Yeah. For me, it used to be Incubus. Now it's Dua Lipa.
What is Dua Lipa?
She sings. She's levitating.
I have no idea who that is.
Good
for
you.
me, it's the Smiths, right?
All
for
right.
me, it's I don't know where it happened or why it happened, but they could be like, oh, the Smiths, here's a new Smith song, and it's like I don't care,
right?
And I'm gonna fucking change the station or leave the room whenever a Smith song comes on, just because they fucking annoy me. There's a few bands that are like that to me, but the Smiths are a big one because the other reason is because I can't stand the singer. The guy's name is Morrissey.
Okay. Yeah, you've brought him up earlier.
I can't stand him.
All right.
He's not like political like Bono is, right?
Yeah.
I got it, but even though I got to give Bono a little bit of respect because lately he seems to be off that kick.
Bono is, you know what? Don't even get me started on Bono. We're trying to have a light podcast. I already brought up 9/11. Don't make me bring up Bono now.
Yeah, I mean I think he understands the errors of his ways, though. You know what I mean? Like, I think he understands that he shouldn't be talking bullshit that he doesn't know anything about.
Does he understand that he's not the fucking king of rock and roll and Ireland at the same time?
I don't know about Ireland, but I think he understands he's not. Based on how well their residency did not do in Las Vegas, I think he understands that he is not the king of rock and roll.
He got a bit of humble pie?
Yeah.
Because he needed that.
Yeah. I'm not the only one that feels the same way about Bono, so I think a lot of people in Las Vegas felt the same way too, and they're like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Morrissey's another one that I'm just like, fuck that guy.
All right, yeah. All right.
Like, you know how you used to be with the lead singer of Incubus.
Fucking
you know?
Incubus.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. You used to just be like, but the Smiths are one of those bands, dude, where it's just like, I don't get it. And like Tool, I get people why, like a band like Tool, I get people like why people get obsessed with them, right? And why people think like they're the greatest band ever. I could get it, but I don't understand like how people could be like, it's just boring ass music. Boring ass music. Like Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams is boring music.
I don't know who Bryan Adams is.
Bought my first real 6-string.
Oh, okay. At the 5 time. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's music, but it's boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's another example you could do? Matchbox 20.
Okay.
Boring.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's what the Smiths are to me. They're boring.
Okay.
Morrissey, boring. Like he just kind of stands there and like doesn't interact with the audience if he's live. Like just kind of stands there and sings.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Another one of those UK guys that thinks he's better than us.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Yeah. So,
the only UK guys that are better than us was like the Beatles.
Yeah.
They fucking revolutionized rock and roll.
Well, I don't know. You could go on that debate of the Beatles or the Rolling Stones.
No. Both.
It's
not an either or. It's a both.
It's an either or.
It's not an either or.
It is an either or.
It's not an either or. It's a both.
I've gotten in mass debates about this, about like there are people that are diehard Rolling Stones fans or people that are diehard Beatles fans. I've never met anybody that's a diehard both fan.
Oh, I'm not a diehard both fan. I'm a diehard Beatles fan. I just recognize that the Rolling Stones made their own fucking pivotal contribution to rock and roll.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why they're still trying to do it.
You know what? Fuck it.
You know how much tickets are to a Rolling Stones show, dude?
How much?
Like $500. That's for bad seats. It's not as bad as The Who.
Dude, if I could...
and I don't want to see an old Pete Townsend and old Roger Daltrey shouting out Who songs.
Yeah. If I could fill a stadium at $500 a ticket...
That's cheap tickets.
Yeah. I would do that in a heartbeat. I don't care how fucking old and gross I am.
I don't know, dude. They look like they're about ready to kick the bucket any time.
Also, Mick Jagger, like... I get it. I get it. That dude's fucking... He's my parents' age, you know?
Yeah.
He's fucking old, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Good for him, dude.
But they look like literally, dude. I saw a picture of him and Keith Richards making new music. It's like, dude, who the fuck cares if Rolling Stones have a new album out?
I'm astonished that Keith Richards is alive.
That's the one I'm astonished about too.
Yeah. But I mean, both of them, like, they have been living the fucking rock and roll lifestyle for 60 years.
Yeah, I mean, we could just name like, I could name like 5 people that Keith Richards has outlived, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis.
Michael Jackson. Kurt Cobain. I'm just going down the list. Prince.
Fucking John Lennon. Fucking George Harrison. Yeah.
That shit's nuts.
Yeah. How was Keith Richards the one who made it?
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne?
He's still alive?
How right. That's where I was going to go. How the fuck is Ozzy Osbourne still, if anybody would, I think Ozzy would be deader than Keith Richards.
Have you heard him talk?
He
sounds like he's dead.
He does, but I don't know if you know this.
Shayne, I don't want to do no more.
I don't know if you know this. Ozzy Osbourne just retired.
Yeah, but he's still doing one-off shows. It's because of all the fucking surgeries he's had.
I don't know how some wet brain motherfucker managed to.
Dude, that guy got into an ATV accident where the ATV ran over him and shattered his back.
Yeah, I know.
And he's fucking still alive.
He's still alive and fucking touring hard rock.
They prop him up on a stage so he can fucking sing. And he just goes, "Let's all go." And he's shaking. They had a live thing on him on this NFL show, and he was doing like Crazy Train or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had him propped up on this fucking thing.
Yeah, and it's so fucking
bad. He's like shaking, singing "Crazy." That's how it goes.
Yeah, but he can't carry a tune.
Yeah. It's better than Kiss, though.
Yeah, but
Kiss is just like, they announced their retirement tour.
Yeah.
5 fucking years ago.
5 fucking years. Are they still on it?
Yeah.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, but now it's winding down. Well, because of COVID and all that stuff, they had to put brakes on it.
I get that.
But there's a band that should have been gone a long time ago. Yeah. And me as a huge Kiss fan.
Yeah.
Like, they were the first band I've ever gotten into, like, as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys should have hung it up like 10 years ago.
All right. That's fair.
Right? Yeah. Like, they just, like, they're not the great... And then every time they talk about how there's still, like, this great band. And it's like, dude, you're not.
No.
You're not. You're just like... You got 2 guys that aren't the original guys in the band. And you're just not the greatest band in the world.
Right.
Right? Breaks my heart.
I get it.
Breaks my heart.
I get it.
Like, you want to see a band you love go out on the top, right? Just go out and walk away.
Or at least go out while they still have their game.
And just be done.
Yeah.
Just be like, okay, we're done. We had our fun. We're out of here.
Yeah.
We're not going to be on the comeback tour.
Right.
We're not doing none of that. We're just out of here. We're going to walk away. I bet Tom Petty would have done that.
Never liked Tom Petty.
Dude,
I'm overrated.
No, Tom Petty is not overrated.
So fucking overrated.
Nah, I love Tom Petty.
Well, good for you. So fucking overrated. you know what? No. You have your thing with the Smiths about how that's just boring music.
Yeah.
Tom Petty. That's just boring music. That's just boring ass
some
music.
Some people don't like it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, man. It's see, we kept it light.
We kept it light.
We've been keeping it light this whole episode.
We only brought up Bono once.
And we only almost brought up 9/11.
Yeah, that too.
So if you stuck with us this far, thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know, man. You got anything else? Anything good happen? You said you had a funny story or something good.
Yeah, and you know what? It came back to me in the middle of but I forgot it again.
We need like flowcharts, so you could like, what's it called, Dropbox or something like that, where you just put your ideas in there, and you just bring it up on your phone.
Yeah,
the internet. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, you want me to put all my ideas on the cloud? For Elon Musk to steal?
Well, no, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. The Elon Musk chip.
The Elon Musk chip?
You haven't heard about the chip he wants to implant in people's brains?
He wants to implant a chip in people's brains?
Yeah.
I'm not letting Elon Musk put a chip in my brain.
I don't think most people are. I think there's a few that are like, okay, yeah, I'll let him do it. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do, but just the idea of Elon Musk planting a chip in my brain does not sound cool.
No.
I would not be down.
No, me neither. No. Yeah. No. If anybody's putting a chip in my brain, it's
not going to be Elon Musk.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm open to getting like a computer chip put in my brain or something.
I'm not.
But here's the thing. I am going to let 2 generations of these chips get put in other people's brains with no negative consequences before I consider getting one in mine.
Without them all of a sudden just deciding to go walk in. I think that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to stop, like, it's supposed to help with like violent tendencies or something like that.
A literal mind control chip?
Literal mind control chip.
It's like, there's people who behave in ways Elon Musk. There's people who behave in ways that aren't socially appropriate. Let's put a mind control chip in them.
Good old Elon doing something else. At least he stepped down as the CEO of Twitter.
Did he?
Yeah, he found somebody, some lady.
Oh, that's good for him. I'll tell you that
he was catching a lot of slack for that.
He was getting so much flack for that.
And all those people that left Twitter are now back, and they all have their badges verified again. They're all happy.
Yeah, he had to get the fuck out of there because he was doing himself no favors.
He was not. No, now he just tweets all regularly. I see some of his tweets sometimes, and they're kind of funny, but
yeah, I believe it.
Funny, like your little brother tweeted something, and you're just like, oh, well, oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's a clever little thing. My watch can tell when I'm masturbating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna.
Yeah.
You got something?
Yeah. We don't need the guy who told the world that your watch can tell when you're masturbating to put mind control chips in all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It already knows when you're masturbating.
Yeah. It already knows what. I mean,
the machines, dude. I'm telling you, we could go back to, dude, the machines are taking over.
The machine, well, only if Elon gets his way.
Yeah.
Or if they just do their own AI machine takeover thing, which is still entire. Did you hear about the fucking list of AI luminaries?
Uh-oh.
Who they all signed this letter saying, listen, world, this AI thing is moving too far, too fast. We need to slow it down and make sure we don't make some Skynet-like thing.
Dude, we called it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, no, you're talking crazy. No, I'm not.
Yeah. These are the literal experts who fucking laid the foundations for artificial intelligence. They're like, no, guys, this is genuinely dangerous. We got to slow it down.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And people tell me that zombies aren't real. They are.
They are. It's called rabies. I almost said herpes. It's called rabies.
Yeah. Or bath salts.
Bath salts. Also. Yeah. And spice. Remember the Brooklyn zombie outbreak? the zombie outbreak in New York somewhere like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from a bad batch of spice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a whole people eating cinnamon thing in New York too for a while? Wasn't that a thing?
Cinnamon thing?
Yeah, people try to eat a whole bunch of cinnamon and apparently you can't eat a whole thing of cinnamon.
Is that like the Tide Pod challenge, but with cinnamon sticks?
Yeah. No, like ground cinnamon out of the fucking
Yeah.
You put on, you're supposed to do like a tablespoon or something, but people were like, in New York, they're like, we can do it better.
We can do it better. We can eat a whole cup of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. That would just turn to fucking cement in your mouth. You wouldn't be able to swallow
what happened.
it. Yeah.
And that's exactly people like 5 people died from it, and they finally had to come out. This is like in 2015, 2016 or something like that. Oh my God. And they finally had to come out and say like, hey, knock it off.
Yeah, fucking stop.
New York, knock it off.
Fucking just stop it. There's all this fucking bullshit going on the internet.
Yeah, all these weird trends.
Yeah, we were going to keep it light, so I'm going to just leave it at that.
Yeah. Trends are weird, especially when they're like trends that are not, that you're doing just so you can get like views, like the milk carton one.
Yeah.
People try to walk up milk cartons and walk down milk cartons. Have you seen that one?
No.
The only thing that makes it funny is that they fall.
Okay.
But it's actually dangerous.
Yeah. Fucking, I mean, when I was 15, Jackass got really big.
Yeah.
And the shit people were doing.
That reminds me of that episode of Family Guy where Peter Griffin tries to do Jackass, and they have him in a shopping cart up on his roof.
Yeah.
And they throw the shopping cart, and he comes down and like he's got a bone sticking out of his head and his head's all crooked. He's like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And they're like, put some ice on it.
Jesus. Yeah.
Family Guy always gets me. I think that's going to do it, man.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, we're 46 minutes in. I don't think people listen to the last 2 minutes of this episode, of our episodes anyway. So.
All right, fuck it. Let's just check. Hakadaka Hoogie Boogie. And for anybody who's listening, email us the words Hakadaka Hoogie Boogie, and we will give you $1,000.
Oh, dude.
Well, they have to spell it correctly is the thing. And I'm not going to tell you here how to spell it.
That's coming out of Max's pocket, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Not mine. Anyway, that's going to do it for our episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope we kept it light enough for you. Those generation gaps are real.
Yeah.
And until next time.
Chip.
See ya.
Yeah.